Travel makes you push your boundaries, both physical and mental. When you're traveling, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm too tired now, I can't go on." You have to finish the journey, no matter how tired you are, because that's where you can rest. But this also makes you find little pockets of rest and relaxation in between the more grueling part of the journey. Welcome to day 7 of my Portugal trip, the return to UK.
Lights and beats, a party parade. We're living life in a DJ's arcade. Spin me round, make it flow. Lisbon nights, let's go, go, go. Feel the rush, rhythm in control. Dance through the streets, let it unfold.
Hello again, welcome to Sunny Escapades. This is Sunny and we are talking about my trip to Portugal. We are down to the last day when I came back, but before I came back I wanted to do some sightseeing still. So let's start from the morning. I got about 8:30 that morning, not early like the other days, and then I had time to take a shower and go for the breakfast, the great breakfast that this hotel served, the Principe Avila nice breakfast last time. Then afterwards, I just sat in my room and wrote the postcards. I write like 8 postcards nowadays, 8 picture postcards. And that day I realized that all the people who received those postcards, they're all girls, friends and family, but they're all female other than my nephew. But then in his case also, I don't address it to him, I address it to his wife, so both of them. So I don't know why, but this is how it has evolved. So make of it what you will. I try to make it slightly a little bit more personal and meaningful based on the person, based on what's on the picture or in the postcard and the country that I'm in, all of that. So it takes me a while to think of something useful, something good to say. And also because I've been sending so many now, so it's becoming harder and harder to say something new. But anyway, I did finally finish them, put the stamps on them. I have mentioned this before that I like sending these postcards because although it is a touristy thing to buy postcards, picture postcards from any town, but it's a local thing. It's like a normal thing that somebody who lives there would do to send mail. So you get to go to the post office, you find out how easy it is to buy postal stamps in that country, and you would be surprised how much variety there is in these. Like some places you can only buy it from the post office, some places every souvenir shop is selling them, some places some shops are selling them and some shops are not selling them, some places you can't get it on the weekend at all. So it's like you get to know a little bit of a slice of real life in that town, in that country. So I do enjoy that part of it as well, other than just writing the message. And also when my friends and family, they get the postcard, they let me know, "Hey, we got the postcard, thank you very much." So it's nice. It's like a bonding thing. So if you don't do it, I would suggest you should do it. It's kind of fun and it's a nice way to connect to family and friends other than just sending them Instagram reels, you know. So yeah, finished writing those postcards, then just did my packing, which was okay. The longer I live in a place, the longer it takes to pack up. And finally it was about 12:10 that I was able to leave. The checkout time was 12 o'clock noon. But this place was nice, not like the hotel in Prague where the time to check out was 10:30, and I did not know that. I assumed it was 11 o'clock. So at 10:35 somebody knocked on my door. She was like a very angry girl and she was speaking in Czech. I did not know that. She did not know English, so her anger was a little bit, wasted, but I did get that something is wrong. So when I came downstairs with my bags and everything, like 10 minutes later, I got a very sulky reception clerk, like, "You should have been out of here by now," something like that. So they didn't make me pay any extra, but their faces were like, yeah. This place was completely the opposite. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, 10 minutes late checking out." They're like, no, it's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. So, that also gives you an insight into what kind of people there are. And no, it just doesn't depend on the hotel. It also depends on the local culture, the place. So I had the postcards. So I asked them, "Where can I post these postcards? Where can I find a letterbox?" And they said, "Oh, just leave them with us. We'll put it up." And this again is something you will find out when you send postcards, because this happened in Thailand as well. When I was sending the postcards for my last evening there, I did not have time to go to the post office or even find a letterbox, I could have found it. But the girl who was selling me the postcards, she also could sell me the stamps. She did. And then she said, yeah, I leave them with me, I can drop them. And it was just a shop, like a souvenir shop. I was just making a joke, like, okay, so if my friends and family don't get postcards, I'm gonna blame you. I was joking, and I realized after speaking for a minute that she was getting what I was saying, but she was not getting that I was joking. So like, and she was agreeing with me, like, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. So I like, oh my god, I'm being so mean to her, because she was not getting that I was joking. So that means like people don't trust people there, and that's such a sad commentary on our human civilization. Something so small as sending a postcard. So anyway, but I would like to tell you that the postcards that are sent from Thailand, they did get to people, and the postcards that are sent from Lisbon, they also got to people. So nobody betrayed my trust in that area. But anyway, so they said, oh yeah, we can send these. So I left them with them. Then I had only one bag, but it was now quite heavy because everything that I had brought and everything that I had bought here in Lisbon, everything was in there, including my laptop was also in there now. It was quite heavy. Okay, but I still had one site to see which I had not seen it, which is called the Elevador de Santa Justa. This is a very high metal elevator, and from there you can see beautiful views. I didn't plan to go on top of it, but I did want to see it. I did want to take pictures of the elevator itself. Okay, let me tell you about the elevator first in the words of ChatGPT. Nestled in the heart of Lisbon's historic district, the Elevador de Santa Justa is more than just an elevator. It's a journey through time and one of the city's most captivating landmarks. Built in 1902 by Raul Mesni de Posar, a Portuguese engineer with roots in the school of Gustav Eiffel. You remember Gustav Eiffel, the one who built the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, same. So his classmate, basically, maybe. This neo-Gothic iron structure seamlessly combines old-world elegance with practical purpose. Rising 45 meters above the vibrant streets of the Baixa neighborhood, the elevator connects the lower Baixa to the higher Largo de Carmo, sparing visitors a steep hike and offering breathtaking views of the city and the Tagus River. It was quite interesting to look at. It was quite good for photos, but I was not planning to go up on it. And as soon as I got in that area, because I could see how long the queue is. You can see the queue on the screen. This is how long the queue was just to get in that elevator, because it could only take a few people at a time. So that was like a long queue. It means like a long wait there. I'm not very big on queues. I live in England. I try to fit in the life here, but I'm not really a lover of queues. Okay, so I did not go there, but I just took some pictures and all. It was a warm day. It was like late August, but it was very warm. And I had my backpack. So it's an under seat bag. So it's supposed to be very small size, but it still takes quite a bit of stuff. And because I had completely filled it chock full of everything that I had, so it was very heavy at the time, and heavy bag on my back, so my back was sweaty. I had a crossbody bag in front, which like passport and the smaller stuff in there as well. So, and then I was carrying my jacket. My jacket is very warm, like a winter jacket, because I live in UK. So unfortunately I have to take a jacket anywhere I travel, because whenever I come back, I'll be coming back to UK, and here it can be raining even in like July, August, any month of the year it can be raining. You know London, right? So I have to take a jacket, and this like jacket, crossbody bag, backpack, I was sweltering. I was melting away in that. It was very, very uncomfortable. So I did the smart thing. I went into a mall which was air conditioned, not very cold, but it was okay. It was better than the streets. Walked around a little bit, saw if I can see anything nice, take some any good pictures of things in there. And I wanted some ice cream as well, but unfortunately could not get one. I asked them. I've told you this in the previous videos that how honest Portuguese people are when you ask them about the vegetarian food. That was the same thing here as well. I asked them if the ice cream was vegetarian, and I got the answer in the negative a couple of times. So I thought, okay, I stopped trying. But it would have been nice if I could have, but well, What are you gonna do? So ultimately, when it was time to go to the airport, I didn't want to go in the trams and the train and metro with the stuff and in the heat. So I just did the easy thing called a Bolt. It was only about £10. So taxis were slightly cheaper in Portugal. That was a nice thing. I took the Bolt to the airport, and that saved me walking on my blistered feet because, as I mentioned before, I had blisters on my left foot and had developing something on the right foot as well because I had been walking so much, especially in the heat with shoes on. Anyway, so we got to the airport, and because I had already checked in from online from the app, there was no issues to check in, but just went to the airport security. Some places, again, because I just like to observe these things and notice these things, I also noticed how is the security staff there, how is the immigration staff there, and the staff there was good. They were friendly, easygoing people rather than, some places where you can find India, for example, find people are very touchy, irritable, loud, in your face. Here they were alright. So I had time to have some food there as well, and then my flight, you look on the Google, in the flight it will tell you usually delayed by 30 minutes or more, something like that. That was there for my flight as well, but it did not get delayed, thankfully. So there was some delay in the takeoff, but that's normal. You have to wait on the runway for a little bit. Other than that, it was good flight, no turbulence, just smooth sailing. And I landed in London at 7:30 p.m. And in coming back to London, this is one of the things that I love coming back to London. Otherwise, I'm not a fan of London. But when you come back to London, you have a British passport. You can just scan it at the e-gate and just walk through. So it takes like a minute now because there are so many gates now, like maybe about 20 gates, 30 gates. They have put them line by line. So if you just come out of the flight right away, rather than, loitering around, going to the loo or anything like beforehand, just go directly to passport control. Then you can find some place where there would be nobody in front of you or maybe one person in front of you, but there are so many gates from e-gate, and that applies to the British passport and the EU passports as well. So I like that part. From there, took a shuttle to the South Terminal because my flight lands in North and I have to come to South Terminal for the train station. Get into St. Pancras. From there, I have developed these patterns. So the St. Pancras is very close to the King's Cross train station. Okay, so both the stations are like across the road from each other. My train was coming to St. Pancras, but I had to take train to Doncaster from King's Cross, and King's Cross has a whole balcony, like a mezzanine floor, where there are lots of restaurants. The restaurants are quite busy usually, and they're also expensive. Obviously, this is London, and food wise also I have to be very picky. Like, okay, what can I eat here? What can I not eat here? So I usually end up going to the Waitrose store, which is like a grocery store, and just get a sandwich from there and a smoothie or some juice or something like that. And here, some lady started talking to me while I was buying my sandwich. I don't know what she asked me. She asked me something very generic. Oh yeah, she asked me like, oh, I'm from India. Yes. So they have changed the name of that city in India. Like, what? Which city? So Chennai got changed very long ago. And she was like, no, there was another one. Like, maybe Bengaluru. Yeah, that's the one. So okay, fine. And that's it. And then she walked out. Because this is London, I'm always on my guard that if somebody is talking to you and you don't know them, you have to be on your guard, because it can be a scam. But this lady was like, nope, she wanted to talk, she talked and then went out. That's it. So it kind of gave me a reality check that I have become so mistrusting of people as well. And the travel should at least get me to open my mind a little bit that don't mistrust everybody. Not everybody's gonna be a scammer. You can be on your guard, but still be civil and polite, and be open to them being a normal person as well. Okay, so that's what I'm teaching myself. I think we should all keep that in mind. Anyways, I got my sandwich from there. Sandwich was very nice. The Waitrose has a very nice range right now. They have some very nice vegetarian sandwiches with cheese, brie and all that. So then my train was like 10 o'clock, and this is something that I have to balance now based on when my flight is coming in and when is the train. Which train do I book? Because I cannot book an open ticket. I have to book a fixed ticket. So the 10 o'clock train was like a good balance. So 7:30 landing there, then you come back an hour, coming back, and then about about a half an hour, 45 minutes to wait for the train. That was okay. So then I came back to Doncaster, took a taxi from there. I have an app so I can just book from there, which is quite easy. And I got home at 1 minute past midnight. So think about this. I got up at 8:30 and I was in transit all this time from there all the way to Doncaster, like so many hours of travel. But like I said, you don't have a choice as to when do you want to stop. You have to take the next flight, you have to take the next train, you have to do everything as planned. But in between, you can relax. I don't know whether it's called mindfulness or whatever the hell it is called now, but it is just realizing that it is in your hands. You can be stressed and completely harangued and completely anxious about the next step of your journey, or you can take that as a little bit of a break. In England, there is a saying that a change is as good as a rest. So it could be like that. So for example, between the plane and the train, I have the tube, I have the train to take to the station. If I get a seat there, I'm relaxing. I'm not worrying about what time I'm gonna get there and what I'm gonna do next. When I get to the station, I know I have this 1.5 hours. I'm not going to be anxious for those 90 minutes. I'm going to go get something to eat, get something to drink, take a bathroom break, relax, find a seat somewhere, sit down, read something, scroll through social media on my phone, whatever. But just relax, and then 20-25 minutes, 30 minutes beforehand, just check what platform my train is on, then go there and sit in the train. So if you want, within a very stressful, long, tiring travel day also, you can find these little pockets of rest where you can relax your mind even more than your body, but you can give your body a break as well. So that was my takeaway from this long day that I had. Next time we are not going to talk about Portugal because this is the story of Portugal. This is done now. Next time we're going to talk about my next trip, which is to Slovenia. I have already been there. This is how long it has been going on. I can show you some little highlights. That was even better than the Portugal one because I took my drone there as well. I took multiple cameras there. I rented a car there. So you will get a more variety of footage and the views from Slovenia. Oh my god. If you are not subscribed, you should subscribe now so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you for watching and I hope you subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.